Something that a lot of people run into is that they're building these rapid e-learning courses, but you don't have a graphic artist that you can work with, and you don't have access to purchasing the artwork that you need. So one of the things I like to do is look at clip art, break it apart, and then try to figure out how I can use it. So here's an example where a lot of times what people are doing is they're just taking the people out of the clip art and using it that way. What I like to do is actually pull things out of it. So for example, I found a clip art style, and I kind of like the lines in it because it has a more organic look to the lines. So I don't really care about any of the other stuff in the clip art, but I like the lines. So I can break them apart, and then I can have these things with lines in it. And the same thing here, I've got this clipboard, and when you break all the clipboard apart, you've got these kind of nice lines. So I've got a piece of paper, so I can use this if we did that. So I could do something like this. So I've got a stack of papers, and I can use that in a course. These could be menu items. I've got these squares. I got the checked squares. I've got the blue thing that I pulled out. So it's just a matter of going in there and pulling out things and then using those to build them yourself. So what I'm going to do is show you something here. I'm going to show you how to kind of build this file cabinet using this clip art here. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. Let me delete this one. So we're going to ungroup this clip art. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and ungroup it. And I'm going to pull out the blue thing because I don't need that. So now I've got my file cabinet. So I'm just going to shrink it down. And then we're just going to copy it. So we're going to copy it up and kind of line it up. So we got 3 high. If you wanted to, you can go and align it and make sure everything's lined up perfectly. Now what I want to do is I want to put a side on it, and I want to put a top on it. I actually need a side on the inside too when I open the drawer, but we won't worry about that for now. So just go ahead and go to the, let me double click this. We're going to insert a freeform shape, and you'd probably be better off zooming in on this. So I'm just going to eyeball it. So I'm going to use this bottom bar because I know that line's accurate. And I'm going to come down here. And it doesn't have to be super perfect for this demo. So now you see I've got a side on it. I just want to fill it. So I want to fill it with the blue, and then I'm going to fill it with the a black outline. You can make it a little thicker if you wanted to. So make it a little thicker so it matches. And then I would just go ahead and be a little bit more precise when you do that. Now you can see if we look up at the top, it doesn't connect, and that's okay because I just wanted to follow that line. So all you have to do is just stretch this up here, and that'll work for you. And now what you need to do is just connect the top. So we'll do the same thing. We'll draw it from the corner, and we'll kind of eyeball it here. We could spend more time on that. And then same thing, we've got that. We're going to fill it and put a black line. So now we've got our basic file cabinet structure. And like I was saying earlier, I would just spend a little bit more time fixing that up. Now once you have that structure, there's some things you could do. So one is you could set this up so you have the learners click on this, and when they click on it, the drawer opens up, and then they can click here and something comes out of it. And as you can see here on the side, this is where you'd want to fill it. So you basically would just take this line, and you can fix it, send it to the back, and then you can kind of see how it's filled in. So say we wanted to create an animation. What we do is just go ahead and close this up, and let's copy this, or we'll just duplicate this slide. And what you'd want to do is just put an animation on here. So we'll put a hotspot. So we'll just, this would be our hotspot. I'm just going to move it off to the side. So this, when you click on here, would go to slide 4. So I'm going to go ahead and hyperlink to slide 4. And then when I get to slide 4, this would just have a motion path on it. So we'll just add a motion path real quick. We'll just do right. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll kind of test this out. Let's see. So that's good enough. And then you click on this, and then you can have more content. So when we preview it, this is what it would look like. So I would click on this drawer, and then that would, well, I have to have it go, and then there's your animation. So I need to set it to automatic. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to with previous. So it's just going to be automatic. So now if we preview this, I click on this, and then the drawer opens. So a lot of neat things you can do. It's just a matter of going into your clip art, looking at what you have there, and then pulling those items out, whether they're lines or circles or shapes like this.